Hey, it's Melanie from Double Makeup. So in this lesson, I'm going to show you how you can do a really simple yet glamorous eyebrow. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's just get like right into it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking a tinted eyebrow gel and I'm going to be using the one from Anastasia and it's in the shade Chocolate. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take a paper towel and you're just going to wipe off the excess product. Sometimes when you use this straight, it can get very difficult and challenging because it leaves defined, obvious streaks. And this gel is not the easiest to get off if you make a mistake. So my whole goal here is to avoid making makeup mistakes. So what I want you to do now is just gently comb through your brows. Don't go outside your brow. We're not trying to reshape it at this time. We're just trying to comb through and get a little bit of color inside my brows. And when I say inside, I mean like not to draw the, like if I shape them on the outside, all of that to fill it in. Okay, we're going to do the same thing to the other eyebrow. Again, we're wiping off all the excess because this stuff is no joke when you mess it up. I've been there many times. I'm sure you've done it too at some point and it's not fun. Okay, so removing all the excess product definitely makes it a lot more workable. And I'm sorry if my eyebrows aren't even. I know I'm growing them out. I'm going through that phase. Judge me, don't judge me, it's okay. But at least you know. And so what we're going to do is just comb through the brows again. Very gently. You barely want to be touching your skin because we're not wanting to make those harsh streaks. Okay. Now what we're going to do is take this Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil in the shade medium brown, and now we're going to go and we're going to shape them. So I'm just going to draw the shape that I want. And I kind of want a defined look. I don't want the natural brow. I'm really going for a little bit of a glam look today. And so to do that, I'm just going to start by drawing my line. Now, it's okay to do it this way, where you're like sticking to it and drawing. If we wanted to go natural, it would be little flicks of lines to get that natural brow look. But to get that really defined eyebrow, it's okay to draw straight, solid lines. And then I'm just gonna gently just fill in a little bit of the any areas that I feel like need to just be filled in just a little bit more. And as you notice, I started down here and then I started up here and went this way, and I left this all open. So I don't want to make this like really sharp and defined because they are so bold. If I go in and did it in this area, it could look like I had like brick eyebrows, like very bricky right here. So I want it to look a little bit more natural, which is why I didn't draw that straight line across right there. So when we get in here, what we want to do is draw our hairs now the same way our eyebrow hairs naturally grow, which is up. So I'm gently, barely touching my skin, flicking little hairs that go in the same direction as my natural ones. And I'm not overdoing it because I don't want them to look really bricky because my brows are already thick, as you can see, and they're pretty thick here in the center too. So I don't want to enhance that and make it look like they're like, you know, we've all seen those eyebrows. We've all had them, I'm sure at one point, and I don't want to go through that again. So now we're going to do the same thing to this eye. And because my eyebrow shapes are currently a little different, I'm really focusing on trying to make the shape the same. I'm just going to go gently fill it in. As you can see, I had to thicken up this brow because that one is just naturally a little bit thicker. Now when we get onto the inside, I'm just doing little flicks. All right. And it's okay if they're not perfect right now, guys. Like, don't freak out. Don't feel like you're doing it wrong, because you're not. I mean, this is a learning curve. And sometimes with makeup, it's not complete till it's complete. So what I mean by that is sometimes it can look a little odd, but once it's all done and all together, it'll be a beautiful finish. So now what we're going to do is take the spoolie, and usually this is on the end of pretty much all the eyebrow brands nowadays that are, if you have a pencil. And we're just gonna comb up. And what we're doing is we're combing the product into my natural hairs. And that's also smoothing out my lines. Like, as you can see, like my skin naturally has grooves, and it kind of makes it a little bit like choppy on this one, a little bit obvious. But once I comb through, it makes it very smooth and soft. And then I'm able to go back and just touch it up just like that. And be very gentle when you do this, because it is slowly but surely removing product. And if you do it too harsh or too long, you could remove a little too much product that you just applied, and you may have to go back in and fill it in again, which isn't a big deal if it happens. But just so you know. Okay. I'm going to go back and even it out with this one. And then what I like to do is just like take one of my tools. So I'm going to use a beauty blender for this, and the narrow tip of it, and just go around and clean it up. I can add concealer to really make it look more sharp and defined, but this is going to be like a softer, lighter makeup look with not as heavy a product. So I don't want to have to go in and put in another layer of a concealer or a foundation on my skin if I don't have to. But if that's the look you're going for, then you can also do that to carve them out and really define your eyebrows. Truly depends on what you're going for. All right, and there you have it. Some very bold brows. And it's a very like natural yet thick and bold eyebrow look that's still soft and goes well with all kinds of looks. So it probably looks a little bold right now, and that's just because I haven't finished the rest of my face, but I really hope you enjoyed this eyebrow tutorial. And then what you would want to do after this is go ahead and finish the rest of your face. Add your lips, your cheeks if you wanted some blush or bronzer, or your eyes, and do a cat eye with some gorgeous mascara on there. So I really hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thanks.